This video is over order of operations. One way we think or remember order of operations is PEMDAS, which means parentheses, exponents, multiplication, or division, addition, or subtraction. You can also think of PEMDAS in 4 steps. So the first thing you would take care of is your parentheses, then your exponents, then multiplication or division from left to right, and then your 4th step is to take care of addition or subtraction from left to right. So let's go ahead and look at some examples. We have addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So multiplication is first in our list, so we need to multiply. Then we need to add or add and subtract from left to right. So 7 plus 6 is 13 minus 5, which gives us 8. We need to work left to right. So first we don't have parentheses or exponents, so we have multiplication, then division, then addition and subtraction all the way through. Now, I will show you a trick. We can change all of our subtraction into addition. So we can take all of our numbers. Since this is a minus 15, it can be a negative 15. So we would have to add a negative 15 and then plus 2. So now we can add all of our like terms. And what I do is I go ahead and add the positive numbers together, add all the negatives together, and then I combine them. So 9, 10, 11, 12. So out of the positives, I have 12 positive, plus I have a negative 15, which then would give us a negative 3. And this is legal to do as long as you have turned it all into addition. Okay, if you do not give the 15 the negative and then add them all up, or whatever mistake you're going to do, it's not going to work out. So the sign in front is the sign of the number. Add all the positives, all the negatives, and then you can combine your positive and negative value. Okay, even though multiplication is listed first, you still have to do division first. Okay, so division, we get a 4. Then we multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. Then we need to add, which will give us 6. So let's go ahead and look at some examples with parentheses in it. Okay, the first thing we need to do is simplify the parentheses. 5 plus 2 is 7. Now this 6, or negative 6, times the positive 7, this is a multiplication. So multiply, add, and then what we can do is go 10 plus negative 42 plus negative 2. And that was back in subtracting integers, where you can change your subtractions into addition. Now what I'm going to do is I have these two that are negative. I'm going to add those together. So I get a negative 44. And then we have different signs, so we subtract them. And then we take the sign of the bigger number. Okay, we have what appears to be a fraction, which that's actually a division problem. And technically, in a fraction, the parentheses, or the numerator and denominator are in parentheses. We just don't normally write parentheses around them, but if we were to write this linearly, it would have to go 8 plus 2 divided by 2 times 3, where you have to do the 8 plus 2 first. So that would be 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15, and then add a negative 7 to it, and we get an 8. Okay, now we have some exponents. Now the 7 squared, that means 7 times 7. This 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2. Do not think it is 7 times 2 and 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is actually would look like this without the 3 there. This is to the power. So this is how many times the number is being multiplied to itself. So 7 times 7 is 49, plus 3 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So now we have to multiply the 3 and the 8. And then now we can add 6, that would be 73 minus 5, which would give us the 68. Okay, again, we have to work our parentheses, which technically we have parentheses in our numerator and denominator. So negative 4 plus 6 times 6 is 36, divided by 4 plus 2 is 6. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Negative 4 plus 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go ahead and say 6 plus 2 is 8, and then we're going to add those two together, which gives us 4. Okay. Now we have square root, which is the same thing as exponents. 6 times 6 is 36. 8 times 8 is 64. Add 36 and 64, you get 100. Square root of 100. So square root would be what times what gives us 100. So it would be the opposite of squared. So like here, if we square root 49, we would get back 7. So 10 times 10 gives us 100. So 10, square root of 100 gives us 10. Eight plus 5 is 13. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 13 times 7, let's see here. This is how I do this. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 10 is 70. So add those together. 7, 8, 9. So 91 plus 6, that would give us our 97. Okay. This 13 times 7, you can say 7 times 10 plus 7 times 3. So you have 70 plus 21. Okay, a little distribution there, if you don't have a calculator handy. Negative 7 times square root 36 minus negative 2 times negative 3. Okay, we've got a lot of simplifying to do. So the first one is the square root. It's the same thing as exponents. So square root of 36 is 6. Minus, since negative 2 and negative 3 had nothing to do with the square root of 36, I'm going to go ahead and multiply. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, and then that negative comes down. Negative 7 times negative 6 is negative 42, minus 6. Keep, change, or what I do is I put a little plus sign in between negative 42 and negative 6. So we'll get a negative 48. So this concludes this video.